I'm Mayuri, and today we are diving into one of the most powerful and practical business concepts ever created, the theory of constraint. That is also known as TOC. If you are a management student or a business professional or simply curious about how companies like Ford, Delta Airlines, and Amazon dramatically improve their performance, this video is for you. So let's meet the genius behind this idea. Let's start with the man who all started, Dr. Eliyahu Goldratt. Goldratt was not just a typical business guru. He was an Israel physicist turned into a business consultant. In 1984, he wrote a novel, The Gold. And guess what? It sold over 6 million copies worldwide. Introduced TOC to the business world. Goldratt challenged traditional cost accounting and local optimization. Improved that every system has one critical constraint, limiting that overall performance. So Goldratt proved an idea that every system has at least one constraint at one bottleneck and that limits their performance. Just like how a strength of chain is determined by its weakest link, not by its strongest one. So the success of every organization is determined by its biggest bottleneck. So what is the constraint? What is theory of constraint? So exactly what is TOC? A TOC is the mindset, a philosophy that says to improve anything, don't focus on everything, focus on the constraint only. Instead of optimizing every department, every machine, every procedure individually, TOC tells you to optimize one thing at one that limits your entire organization. And the promise of the TOC is the massive performance improvement by concentrating efforts where they matter the most. So there are 5 focusing steps which the TOC gives us. The TOC gives us a clear roadmap called 5 focusing steps. So let's break down the steps simply. So there are 5 steps. Identify the constraint, exploit the constraint, subcontinence the constraint, elevate the constraint, and repeat the process. So in the identifying the constraint means this is the detective phase where you have to identify the constraint of your organization, to ask yourself where does the work piling up, where is the longest queue, what always runs with full capacity. The constraint could be a machine, a slow process, lack of skilled people, or a policy, or even the market itself. After you identify your constraint, you must exploit it. To exploit your constraint, once you identify it, you squeeze every bit of your capacity of it to without spending money. Reduce setup time, remove downtime, ensure the quality outputs, and run the constraint even during the breaks time. This is about getting the maximum output of what you already have. Subcontinent everything else. This is the one of the most mindshift process. Other processes must adjust to the pace of the constraint, not the other way around. This means no overproduction, no unnecessary work, no pushing more than the constraint can handle. Everyone should support the constraint instead of trying that showing that they are busy. The fourth step is elevating your constraint. If the constraint still limiting your performance, even after exploiting it and subordinating, now you have to elevate it. That is maybe buying a new equipment, hiring more staff, hiring more skilled staff, add a new shifts, changing your policy. But this step is only come after the previous two. Otherwise, you just waste your resources. The fourth and the basic step is return to the procedure. Once you fix the constraint, another will reappear. This is normal. TOC is a constant cycle of improvement, not one fixed time. The biggest enemy of TOC is the inertia, the following old habits even after the bottleneck has shifted. So let's look how global giants like used to use TOC, theory of constraint, and transforming their operations. So here are a few examples of the companies: Ford Motors, Delta Airlines, and Amazon Logistics. Ford Motors reduced their production time by 50% and cut inventory by 70%, all by identifying and managing the bottleneck in the manufacturing. Delta Airlines reduced aircraft turnover time by 30%. They focused on bottleneck in gate and operation and maintenance. If you talk about Amazon Logistics, it is a streamlined fulfillment center. We all know. It improved their packaging and delivery throughput. They identified the packaging station as a major constraint and improved their performance by removing that constraint or improving that constraint. This example only prove one thing. When you find your constraint, you find the key to perform well. So, so here is how you can apply the steps. So the step 1 and 2 is identifying and exploiting the constraint. Identify the constraint. Look for where the work is piling up the longest time, where the capacity is constantly messing up. As I already explained, you must have to identify your constraint. It may be a work piling up, it may be a longest queue or longest time. The second one is exploiting the constraint. Once you identify, you must exploit your constraint, elevate the downtime and waste. So the third step is subcoordinating everything else. Every other procedure must support the constant rhythm. Non-constraint should slow down to the match the constant pace, preventing excess inventory and waste. This challenges the traditional stay busy mentality. For the fourth step, elevating the constraint. After the three step, you haven't broken the constraint. Now you have to expanding your capacity. This means that hiring a new employee, buying a new equipment, or reconstructing your policy. That are fourth step. After that, the fifth one is to avoid the inertia. The once you are broken into the constant, a new challenge emerges in the system. That is the biggest danger is inertia. Continuously old policies, behavior designed for yesterday constraint. So the inertia trap, the organization become more comfortable with solution and resist to change, even after when the original problem is no longer exist. Stay vigilant. Question every policies and procedure. Does this still serve the current constraint or is it related to the past? A third one is the return to the step one. TOC is a continuous cycle of improvement. Breaking one constraint reveal the next, creating an endless journey of improvement. So even after a powerful framework, you must be worried how many companies are often make mistake after applying the TOC. So here is the biggest challenges they are to biggest mistake they are doing. So the first one is local optimization, trying to keep every department 100% busy, which actually slow down your process. Trying to fix multiple constraints when you're focusing on everything else or when you're focusing on multiple things at one time, you can fix nothing. So just focus on one of their constraint. Investing too early, jumping to the directly step 4 rather than in exploiting the constraint which is already existing. The fourth one is ignoring the culture. People don't want to change, they used to the old system, old target and old thinkings. If you want to apply the TOC today, here is your strategy. Map your progress. Draw out your workflow. Find where is your work piling up. Measure what matters. Focus on TOC's three key matrices, that is throughput, inventory and operating expenses. The third one is start small. Pick one small process. Fix one bottleneck. Build one momentum with quick wins. With TOC, a small improvement can lead to a massive improvement in your organization. Thank you for watching my video. If this video really helped you to understand the theory of constraint TOC, give this video a like and share it with your classmates or your colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe for more business and management content. Thank you. Just remember one thing, fix your bottleneck and you can fix everything.